from the Edo Tensei, so he's always getting it regenerated. So why is he
Exactly.
ever low on chakra for Edo Tensei?
It's crazy. Okay.
But anyway,
What was the point of the
that's
Rinnegan? Okay,
silly
okay,
war
okay.
arc
Back to this.
nonsense,
Back to
not
the. Wait, wait, wait,
actual
wait. I
important
had one
work
more
stuff.
Rinnegan thing. One more Rinnegan thing. So, can Sasuke use the Konoha 12? So, Omnipotence ends. Shibai comes down. Rock Lee, Shino, Tintin, and Kiba are like, Sasuke, lend me your six paths ability power. Can he do that to willing participants who wants to fight with Sasuke?
You mean like could he make them like 12 paths of pain or 6 paths of
Six
pain?
paths of pain, yeah. With people who want to
No,
be.
we've already discussed that. He in theory should be able to, but it might come at the cost of his own power to some degree. It fits just like Obito. Maybe he can just regardless, it's gonna come at some chakra cost. However much chakra he transmits, he loses in himself because he's giving it away. So
So
it's the first one. And then
that's one thing though.
the more he does,
Is
I
he
think he
able
loses
to
himself.
is he so how does he transmit the chakra if there's no chakra rods? Does it just transmit through the Rinnegan Eye or through the linking ability of the Rinnegan?
Who? Who?
Sasuke to the Konoha 12 or it's Konoha
He would
6
have
in
to
this
use the
instance.
rods. He would have to impale them with the rods to do it.
He would have to. Okay, what about the Edo Jinchuriki?
They have the rods.
Yeah, but they're under Kabuto's control, which we've talked about before is really weird. Who is actually controlling them at that moment?
Yeah, it's never depicted whether Obito actually took the control over or if he was letting them run under Kabuto's autopilot.
Plus, I'll be honest, it's extra weird because
But
it's less like the Jinchuriki have the rods and more like the tailed beasts have the rods. And even more so weird, it's almost like the Jinchuriki just are like they're not containers of those tailed beasts, even though they're supposed to be. It is more like Himawari's instance to where it's one body, one soul. Which is really weird.
well, not kind of yes, but kind of no, because when their souls were released, the tail beasts weren't released too, so they were
Well,
distinct.
yeah, at least one body, for regardless of the soul.
Well, yeah, kind of. Well, no, I forgot what it looked like when they were released by the Edo Tensei, because like the Biju were still like out there. Like Obito sucked them back in, but
Uh,
didn't he? I
I don't
don't remember
know.
how this all happened. Did he suck them back in before they were released by Edo Tensei? So did the Edo Jinchuriki get Biju extracted and then just like were pinned down until they got released? Like,
They were definitely pinned down, so like,
well, Gyuki was holding some of them in his hands
yeah,
when the Edo Tensei gets released.
I don't get it. Cause like,
So some of them
how
were
did the
pinned down
tailed beast have the rods in them from the get go?
because Obito put them in them. Oh, the
Yeah,
tail beast. Oh, uh, so there's two potential theories here. Are that I have to double check on the C,
you
like,
could
but I'm just
say
gonna spitball
you could say
theories at least.
because they're
It's
connected to the
possible that
ghetto
Obito.
statue, it's like an automatic thing.
Well, let's just say it's possible that Obito just implanted the rods in them separately. Like first he put them in the Biju, and then he put them in the Jinchuriki, and then sealed the Biju in the Jinchuriki. That's one option. The other option is that regardless if you did chicken or the egg, when he put the rods in one, it's just one body, one solidified, rotted the other.
It could also be a
Like maybe
really
this is goofy. Okay, this is goofy. But all right, this is goofy. I want to preface this, but just as an imagination thing, imagine if Pain stabbed Naruto with a rod right through the seal in his stomach, so it went like all the way through out his back. Hypothetically, maybe the rod would have pierced Chakra Kurama, and then thus controlling both with the rod in one stab.
okay. It's crazy. You could also say it's possible that it's like they're so they are sealed within the ghetto statue, but what if it's not actually within? What if it's just sealed to the ghetto statue? So like if the ghetto statue like spits them out like it does, they're sealed outside to the ghetto statue, almost in a way similar to what Obito does when he like phases through things. He's using like a different version of Kamui to where
I mean, it's
yeah,
weird. The thing is, like,
quantum mechanics.
it seems like Obito was just controlling. On one hand, I want to say it's both because on one hand, like Obito was just controlling with the rods, and then when they were out of control, he chained them up and sucked them back into the ghetto statue. But for whatever reason, okay, this is also another weird thing though. Is okay, this is where we're getting into like flaws of the war arc that don't make sense because Madara and Obito both displayed this chain ability to just use the ghetto statue to just very quickly suck up the Biju. Madara did it from within a Jinchuriki, Naruto. Obito did it just with the Biju externally. So at first glance, you could say, oh, well, it's because they were already out of the Jinchuriki, so it's easier to just seal the raw Biju. But Madara does the exact same technique on Naruto, and I understand he's in the Kurama avatar at the time, and maybe that plays a role, but Kurama was still sealed in Naruto, so I mean, unless you want to say because they broke the seal, that's why. That was the weakness. I don't know. But
It's weird how it takes so long to
weird.
seal it inside of the ghetto statue, but it's so, I don't want to say easy, but you can so quickly pull it out of the ghetto statue.
And then put it back in afterwards.
Well, no, I'm talking about unseal it, like pull it out, like what they did against Jubito. That should have been a 3-day process for each tailed beast.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like it seems like it just became easy to just rip them in and out all of a sudden. Whereas before, it was like even Momoshiki is having this problem with extracting the chakra. And this is gonna sound so stupid, but like maybe it's the difference of extracting the chakra versus grabbing the body. So extracting the chakra is harder. But if that's the case, why not just rip out the body like they do with Jubito and then absorb that chakra nice and quick?
Well, that's kind of along the same lines of what I was just saying earlier, is that I think the quote-unquote sealing is still in effect. I think when the ghetto statue spits out the tailed beast, they're still sealed into it.
So that's what I was going to say. On one hand, maybe. The problem, though, is still going to be Naruto. Because the half of Kurama, all that happened, first of all, the ghetto statue ate the 8 Kingaku and Giku's chakra, but it never sealed, like, half of Kurama. So I feel like anything that wasn't already sealed should abide by the normal rules where it's got to extract, whatever. If it's one of those things to where what was already sealed can go in and out quickly, that's fine. But otherwise, the Akatsuki should have been able to just seal like 1% of Gaara's chakra and then just do the rip out technique for the last 99%. Because that's basically what Madara does with Naruto.
I agree, but the one thing I'll give it just a little bit of leeway is the fact that I think because the Ninetales was the last one to get, and like it's not meant to seal it in a way, it's meant to transform it into the Ten-Tails. Maybe there was some other shenanigan at foot to where it just needed any amount of Ninetales chakra to transform. And yes, the more it had, the stronger it would have been, but like that would have meant it would have taken longer to seal seemingly anyway, so I don't get it either. Because it seems like if he just took the full Ninetales, he could have transformed just as quickly, which is weird.